Hey YouTube, this is Granddad73 making another episode of Knife Talk, and today we're going to be talking about handle texture. Now, I've talked about handle materials, and this is going to be similar. Basically, just what kind of texturing is on a knife handle. And I have a few out here ranging from grippy to sort of grippy to smooth. Now, like the Cold Steel Voyager here, this knife, Grivory in of itself isn't really all that grippy. But the texture they put on this, as you can see, is sort of like an iron cross look. And if you look even closer, it's basically like four triangles pointed at each other. This is really grippy. I mean, you can hear that. It just does a really good job of gripping my hand. So that's really nice. It's a really good texture. And, you don't need a whole lot of... This isn't very expensive, and you get a very nice grippy knife. Sort of the nice thing with handle texture, you don't have to pay a lot of money to get a knife with really aggressive handle. I mean, even Cold Steel's G10 is also pretty insane. Now this is G10, like I just mentioned, and G10, like any other material, can come in a variety of finishes. But the most common G10, what people just refer to as, like grippy G10, is called peel ply. Now you can see how this knife has, you can see the texture, and basically how they make this is like the final process of making this G10. There's like they pull off another layer, they put like a plastic on it, I think, and that sort of just creates this texture, and when they remove it, you're left with this texture. Now G10 is pretty nice. I mean, you can also have it polished, sanded, whatever, but I like this grippy G10. It feels really nice. You're not slipping anywhere with it, so that's always good. And titanium, the rest here have either full or partially titanium handles. Now you can have titanium like on this large Sebenza 21. This has been sandblasted. Now it's actually pretty grippy. Most people just equate titanium to not being grippy at all, but this one actually does have grip. I mean, when you're holding the knife, I mean, you sort of lock in, Very nice. But by the same metric, if you have that knife, like this is a small Sebenza, this one has been Scotch-Brite finished. Basically, instead of having the sandblast, someone just took Scotch-Brite and, did the whole knife, all the handles, I should say. And the clip too. Now this is nice. I mean, it's almost ironic. It's so smooth that it's grippy, if that makes sense. When you push down and you're moving, it's so slick that it grips your hand. I don't know how to explain that any other way. It's almost like glass. Like if you just take your if you try and slide on glass, like your finger, you won't move very fast. I guess if it was wet, obviously, like it would, but just dry glass, that's sort of how this feels. I could describe it. And then we have the tilt here. This has carbon fiber on the front. Now most carbon fiber is actually below like a coating. You can sort of see it. You can see how it has that sheen. I think that's actually a layer of resin on top of the actual carbon fiber, because carbon fiber is kind of a brittle, I guess is the word to use. Like it could really get screwed up pretty quickly if there's not a protective coating on it like that. But you can also have different styles. Like there's a woven carbon fiber, like what's on the Spyderco Sage 1 or Gale Bradley. That has a grip, like if you look at carbon fiber, you can see it has those like basically weaves. And on the Sage 1 and the Gale Bradley, those weaves are really exaggerated, so you can feel them. And then this knife also has titanium on this side, and this titanium is a DLC coating, and it's also very smooth to the touch. I mean, when you're holding the knife, it's designed so you're not really going to move around because of that deep finger guard, and just how the handle fits, but it's sort of like the Scotch-Brited Sebenza. It's almost so smooth that it has a little bit of grip to it. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the views. Requests are welcome. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.